Hi guys, so today I wanted to make a video because I know we haven't made a video on here in a long time, and I wanted to make a video for you guys today about my anxiety story, quote unquote. Okay, so I want to say that it started off with me being in 2007. My grandpa died, and he died in November of 2007, and at that time I was in 5th grade, and I was sad for a really long time, and it wasn't until October of next year that I got better. And as soon as I got better, in November of 2008, my grandma died, and she died really unexpectedly. I wasn't expecting her to die, but she died unexpectedly. So that really just kind of like made my brain go off. Like, I don't know, it's difficult to understand. Like, it just kind of made me cry. Basically, I cried every single day, and I wouldn't cry in front of anybody because I was scared that people would see my weakness and stuff. And I noticed that like every time that I would just think about that, a lot of like emotions, and I would start feeling nauseous in my stomach. I started just kind of, I felt like my heart was beating out of my chest, like the quote, like out of my chest, and like I felt like my heart was beating out of my chest. My stomach would get nauseous, I would get queasy, I feel like I was about to throw up. All these emotions would come back to me, and I would just cry. And after I cried, it would be all over with, and I would have that for like a month at a time. And this happened up until like the beginning of this year. If you guys don't know, I'm a junior in high school, so all the way until the summertime, I did that, and I did that like once a month. I would cry, I would get all these emotions, all these stuff, and it's really because of your fight or flight system. Because if you have anxiety, then you know that your fight or flight system is pretty messed up. Like, your brain thinks that the emotions that you have in your head are like danger. So what happens is that you get all this adrenaline, and that's why your heart starts beating fast. That's why your stomach starts squeezing up and everything like that. And that's why a lot of people have to take medications for it. And I didn't have to take medications for it. I didn't think about it. I just like put it over my head. I just thought, oh, it's normal to like cry pretty much every month because that's what, every girl does. And then when it got into my junior year, and my junior year wasn't stressful at all, if any. It's the most chill year that I've literally had. So for me to go into my junior year, and then I would start crying, it was starting to get like once to every week. And I noticed that after a while, the queasing of my stomach, the beating of my chest, it wouldn't go away for like a week at a time. And during those weeks, I would cry like pretty much every day. And then I told my mom about it, because I never told anyone about this, because I don't know, I felt like I was too strong to do this. And I hold up a big huge front. Like right now I'm holding up a front because I don't want to cry in front of you guys, but after this video is done, I'm probably gonna burst out into tears. But that, and then I told my mom about it, and my mom told me that we should probably go to a therapist. And I went to a therapist, and I actually like therapy. It's not bad. I just basically go there and I talk about my feelings, and my therapist writes down, what I was talking about during that day. And then I told him about, me having all the fight or flight responses and crazy things happening to me. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's definitely, you have anxiety. And he diagnosed me with generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD for short. And it's basically just when you're constantly worried about every little thing. For example, my mom, she, like, let's say, okay, she said that she says that she's coming back in 30 minutes. And when in reality, she doesn't come back for 2 hours. when that 30 minutes comes, like if it's 7:15 and if it's 7:45 and she's not here, I will literally have to call her to make sure, like, Mom, are you coming home? Are you coming home? And it's annoying, really, to have this disorder, because, like, I feel like it's controlling my life, because every little thing is, like, on my mind constantly, and it doesn't go away for so long, and then I kind of start fresh and it kind of clears out of my mind, and once that's cleared out of my mind, something else happens and it makes me think about that, which makes me think about back to, you know, the original stuff. And my doctor prescribed me with these pills, and they're Xanax, and they help you relax. They look like this, and he prescribed me with them, so I have to take them, otherwise I'll go crazy, more crazy than I am right now. Yeah, but I mean, now that I've told you kind of like my background story and where I'm at now, I think it's all due to my grandparents dying and me not having the proper grievance? Me not having the proper grievance? Okay, you guys know what I mean. And I don't think I had a proper one. Like, I don't think that I grieved as much as I should, and that emotions build it up over time. And yes, I'm gonna get sad over it because my grandparents dying. They raised me when my mom was gone, trying to find houses for me and her to stay in. They were there for me, and to lose them in the span of a year is really, really hard. Sorry, like, it's really, really hard for me to say this because I don't know. I let out all my emotions. I'm trying to, but it was really hard for me to, you just lose somebody, lose two people that close to you in the span of less than a year. And that's really hard on me because I feel like sometimes I just took them for granted, and I really shouldn't have. But I just never knew that they were going to die, because, like, you don't think about your grandparents dying. You don't think about your mom dying. You don't think about your dad dying. You don't think about you dying. Well, maybe, if you're in a suicidal state. But you just don't think about people dying so close to you. And then when they're gone, you're just like, I treated them like shit. Like, it's really stupid, and I think that that's all had to do with my, like, anxiety. And I try to stay strong about it. I try to hold the front. I try, like, to block my real self when I'm with my friends. Like, and that sounds so fake, but I just don't, I hate when people feel bad for you. So I try not to show anything. I try to pretend like everything is fine with my life when it's totally not. And that is something that you shouldn't do, because you're just going to build up even more anxiety and all that things. So it's definitely not good for you. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to help any of you guys, and to tell you guys that you're not alone. If you have anxiety, you're not alone. I know how you feel. There's millions of other people in this world that have anxiety that know how you feel. Just make sure that you tell your guardian, your parents, or just tell your doctor. Like, I get worried a little bit too much, and it's not the normal worry. Yeah, just tell them, because you don't want to live like all anxious and stuff forever. These pills, they help me to a certain extent, but then I have to take, like, I'm only supposed to take one, so I take one. I don't take more than like two. But it's just crazy to know this. Like, it's crazy to imagine, like, you have anxiety, but just know that everyone's here for you. And if you're thinking about committing suicide, it's not worth it, because you have so many friends and family members that love you. And I know that's so cliche, but it's true. They really do love you, and they'll miss you when you're gone. And I hope this, guys, helped you a little bit with knowing what anxiety is and my personal story with anxiety. And until our next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.